وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم قل رب زدني علما أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يسألونك عن الشهر الحرام قتال فيه قل قتال فيه كبير وصد عن سبيل الله وكفر به والمسجد الحرام وإخراج أهله منه أكبر عند الله والفتنة أكبر من القتل صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So continuing with the ayats regarding Qital fi sabilillah, we talked about already the clear injunction of the fardiyya or the obligatory nature of jihad and qital when that is the appropriate response. And then it has three stages or levels when it is kifaya, it is an obligation on the ummah. If a group discharges that obligation sufficiently and appropriately, then it is that relieves the rest of the ummah of responsibility. If not, the entire ummah is responsible. And secondly, when an enemy intrudes or invades in an area, then every able person is obliged to carry out the injunction. And thirdly, if the Imam of the Muslims calls out what is known as the Nafil or the general call to arms, as was the case in the Ghazwa of Tabuk. So here another issue comes up. So we have 4 sacred months, as the Quran states, as Rasulullah also stated, that Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, and Muharram, and Rajab, and between Rajab and Dhul Qa'dah, of course, is Shawwal, the month that we are now in. So the context of that ayat is that what happened is that the Sahaba had a skirmish with the disbelievers, and as we know, the disbelievers would generally initiate these skirmishes and these conflicts, and generally it was in retaliation or self-defense. And in any case, so apparently this skirmish might have taken place in Rajab. It also might have taken place according to the estimation of the Sahaba, as they thought it was the end of the Jumada al-Akhira, which is not among the Kuffar maintained that it took place on the 1st of Rajab. And so this objection was raised to Rasulullah. The Sahaba themselves asked, or the Kuffar themselves perhaps submitted to the Prophet. These are 4 sacred months. These have been upheld since time immemorial, and you also agree with that. And now you people have committed this. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala replies to this. They ask about fighting in the month, and moreover the warfare in the months of Haram. So say to them that fighting in these months is, no doubt, an awesome action, and it's a very reprehensible action. It's a very great and grave sin. However, صَدٌّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَكُفْرٌ بِهِ وَالْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ وَإِخْرَاجُ أَهْلِهِ مِنْهُ أَكْبَرُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. That is an excess, and obviously that is a transgression. However, preventing from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also Masjid al-Haram and the Masjid al-Haram, meaning to be disbelief in the Masjid al-Haram. What does it mean, disbelief in the Masjid al-Haram? Masjid al-Haram is a sanctuary which even the Kuffar held to be in the highest of reverence, and it's not a place where any type of transgression would take place. Now you have totally disbelieved not only in Allah and also in the sanctuary that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted you and your forefathers, and you also hold it to be, a very high and noble esteem. And you have totally, negated, all the sanctity which the Masjid al-Haram and the area of Haram demand, right? And furthermore, and forcing and expelling its people out of the city itself, as you have done, O you kuffar, to Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, none other than Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam and his companions. And that is a greater sin in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And moreover, fitna, disorder that you have created of this type is greater than the killing, and particularly in self-defense, which was actually the case, or the response to the aggression and retaliation, to the initiation of that was initiated by the kuffar themselves. So, the last question that connects with these particular injunctions is: does this order stand at the 4 months of Haram? Do they still remain that fighting is impermissible? So there's a long discussion on this. The summary of that discussion is that they remain sacred. And maybe this is one of the last ayahs that was mentioned about Qital, that the 4 months in Arba'atun minha Arba'atun Hurum is also mentioned in the Quran. And also is also mentioned in his last farewell address in the Hajjat al-Wada, that these 4 months are sacred. So there's the sacred nature of these months, and initiation of qital is to be avoided. However, defense and response to aggression, that is obviously an exception, and that exception has been demonstrated and manifested by the actions of Rasulullah himself, and by the companions, and by the Muslims thereafter, and that's pretty much the consensus of the ulama. وإنه أتم وأكمل. وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك.